The ancient sport that dates back to about 5,000 years is said to have its beginning during the Kurukshetra war. Our ancestors created Kabaddi to remember the bravery of one of the heroes. Kabaddi is called in different names in different places, such as Hututu in Western India, Hadudu in Eastern India and Bangladesh, Chedugudu in Andhra and Telangana, Kaunbada in Northern India, Sadugudu in Tamil Nadu, Jai Bhavani in Maharashtra, Bhatvik in the Maldives. Modern Kabaddi is a synthesis of the game played in various forms under different names. To further dig into the topic, let's start with the story.
The Kabaddi court measures 13 by 10 meters with a midline dividing the court into two halves. Within each half of the court, there is a balk line. A raider has to cross this line in each raid to make the raid legitimate. If a raider crosses the bonus line with his trailing foot in the air, when there are 6 or more opposition players on court, he gets a bonus point. Lobby. These yellow zones on each side of the court get activated and become a part of the play area only after there is a touch between a raider and a defender. Each team starts the game with 7 players on court and 5 substitutes on the bench. Of the 7 players in a team, there are 2 corners, who are primarily defenders. There are 2 ins, who are primarily the key raiders of the team. There are 2 covers, who are on either side of the center and are again primarily defenders. And there is 1 center, who is either an all-rounder or a third raider of the team. A raid starts when a raider enters the opposition court. The maximum duration of each raid is 30 seconds. And during the raider has to keep chanting the Kabaddi chant. A raider first has to cross the balk line to make the raid legitimate. Then the raider can claim a bonus point by crossing the bonus line if there are 6 or more defenders on court. However, while 1 foot of the raider has to be between the bonus line and end line, his trailing foot has to be in the air. Or the raider can initiate a touch on any of the defenders. Once a touch has been initiated, the raider has to return to the midline without breaking the chant within the 30 seconds of raid duration to make the raid successful. When a raider initiates a touch on the opposition player using his hand, it is called a hand touch. When he initiates a touch using his feet or toe, it is called a toe touch. Whenever a defender tackles the raider by catching hold of his thigh, it is termed a thigh hold. When a defender tackles the raider by catching hold of his ankle, it is termed an ankle hold. An ankle hold is typically performed by a corner defender. When a defender tackles the raider by positioning himself between the raider and the midline and blocks the raider from returning back to the midline, it is termed a block. When the raider is dashed out of court of play beyond the lobby by a defender, it is termed a dash. A dash is typically performed by a cover defender. If a raider returns back to the midline after crossing the balk line without initiating a touch or claiming a bonus point, the raid is considered to be an empty raid with no points for either team. If a team has done 2 back-to-back empty raids, the third raid becomes a do-or-die raid for the team, meaning the third raid can't be an empty raid with the raider necessarily having to score a point either by bonus or touch. In the event that the raider is unable to score a point in this raid, a point is awarded to the opposition team and the raider is deemed out.